Hi friends, today I will be talking about values and ethics. The last 20 years I have been in the staffing industry, and the first question I ask a candidate, what are your values? And most of the time there is absolute silence. They have no idea what are values. So today I would like to explain what are values. Why? Because it's extremely important. Most of the big organizations like Tata Consultancy Services or maybe Aditya Birla Group or any big organization, you will see values are put on the board, laminated and kept in the reception. They practice these values so that it is imbibed on every employee. So most of the time, the employees should get aligned to these values. There can be personal values, but it is important to align to these company values so that there is growth for them as well as growth for the organization. So values are very critical for a person to lead their life. Now I will explain you what are values. Values are simple. The norms you set to lead your life. Mulya. In Hindi they call it as Mulya. So when you are setting your own rules, how to lead your life, it's important because every action has an opposite and equal reaction. Similarly, what are ethics? It's called in Hindi nathikati. In other words, the scientifically way of choosing these values are ethics. So I have explained you what are values and what are ethics. Most of the professional field like doctors, lawyers and chartered accountants, they have some code of ethics to be followed so that there is no ambiguity tomorrow when you are functioning in a society. Now there are two types of ethics, deontological and teleological. So deontological is a particular type of ethics where one who feels that values are same for all. I will explain you more detail about this. And the teleological is one who feels what is right is a value. Now the first one, deontological, which is called Dharma Shastra Nathikati, where values are same for all. So, if I have to be honest, I will be honest. I will always follow that, and I expect all others in the society and in the environment to also be honest. This is very, I would say, interesting because there is an expectation that everybody should be honest. So they function with the expectation that I am honest, you better be honest. I respect you, you better respect me. That's the way they lead their life. The teleological, where it is called Dur Sanchar Nathikati, where one who feels what is right is a value for him. In simple words, if a situation demands me to be dishonest, I will be dishonest. Now this is very tricky. So I will be dishonest if a situation demands. I will be honest, another situation arises. So in such a situation, as per the situation, they will play around with their values. Now when this happens, there is a lot of ambiguity and it is also quite tricky. Most of the time you will see that such people are not very clear about their values and they can really in fact I would say harm the society in many ways. Now there is another very interesting thing. There are some people, neither they are in teleological nor in deontological. They are somewhere in the middle. So when you are in the middle, it's a very difficult situation where I will be honest and I expect you also to be honest is the deontological. I will be honest or dishonest as per my situation is the teleological. And the one which is in the middle are people who expect that I can be dishonest but you should be honest. This is happening in most of the leadership today. Most of the leadership becomes toxic because they are not having a set of values which are grounded and to be imbibed to all the employees across, so that the culture can be built. So, my dear friends, now I have explained you what are values. I have also explained you what are ethics. Now comes the morality or the morals. Ethics are more universal, values are individual, and morals is also individual. Now, most of the decision making has a strange connection with moral values. If I feel something is right, I will do it. If I feel something is wrong, I will not do it. Now, it is absolutely individual. When it is individual, there can be again complexity when you are functioning in an environment. Now comes the challenge. I have been, giving a seminar in one healthcare company, and one of their manager was asking that how do I take decisions which is not permitting as per my moral. This is a very good question. So always there is a confusion in decision making which comes with moral values. So here I explained beautifully that what you do, whether it is right or wrong, it is absolutely individual, but end of the day, are you happy with the decision or you feel not happy with the decision? If you are not happy with the decision, then you are morally wrong. These values in terms of morality is a problem. After taking the decision, if you feel that it is okay, I am absolutely right, and you can go to bed peacefully, and you are happy about the decision, then it is morally right for you. Because it is very, very subjective. Moral values are very, very subjective. So many times there is a confusion when people take decisions, especially in leadership. I have seen a lot of confusion in terms of whether a person should be sacked or he should be retained, and many times there is no transparency, and because of lack of transparency, the employee also becomes dissatisfied, and when they go out, they start bad mouthing the person on also the organizations. So it's very, very important that morality is very, very individual. If you are able to align with the company's values, then you can do a fantastic decision making. Now I can think of one organization which is a very big, I would say, skincare pharma company, where there were some sales professionals, and one sales professional was doing an exceptional job, and year after year he has been very, very successful. And it so happened that one day he had fudged one of the Excel sheet with reporting as, he has been visiting some retail counters, and they have found out that he has not been going there, and there is a credibility issue and an integrity issue. And the Excel sheet showed that he has been visiting these retail counters, but actually when the vice president made a field visit, he came to know that he has been not going. He was asked to leave the organization, although he is a top performer of the organization. So having been a top performer of the organization is very, very difficult for a leadership to sack a person. But for them, the values are integrity, very important across in their organization. So overnight he was asked to leave, and his job was terminated. Now I can give n number of examples. So values are very, very important. Your individual values speak a lot about your behavior. Ethically, when you are choosing these values also, it's very, very important. You can't be in the middle. Sometimes what happens is, whether it is a teleological or a deontological. So both I have just explained you how deontological and teleological ethics are functioning, and there are some set of people who are in the middle, where they will be dishonest, but they expect you to be honest. Expecting everybody to be honest, as in deontological, is also a tricky area. And one who feels right as per the situation also is a tricky area, which is teleological ethics. So my dear friends, yes, values, ethics is what lead our life. It also defines to a great extent meaning and purpose to our life. So, more and more you, I would say, internalize, you will be able to understand what are your values, and also you have to see the weightage whether it is suiting the society. Are you flexible? Are you able to align with the company? And last but not the least, it's important to lead as a very nice human being. Thank you.